Hey, welcome to BreitWerks. What are you looking at? 1971 Porsche 911 engine case. So we had a couple of very special mods done to this case. Certainly it got time certs, case certs I think they refer to them as. But this was a T engine, I believe. So one of the things that we had done was we had piston squirters installed. Right, so we are not going to be using spiral cylinders. We are not going to be using cast iron cylinders. We're actually going to use the modern, well, they're the S cylinders, so Nikasil Moly Motorsports cylinders. So when you do that, you've got to have those piston squirters installed to keep the piston at the right temperature. And then back here, this is the famous oil bypass mod. So we now we'll have to change our springs and our plugs, but yeah, this is a nice little upgrade. So we're gonna get her apart and we're gonna throw some bearings in her and check the crank. All right, follow along as we do that. So the first thing we're gonna do, we just cleaned it, we gave it a nice wipe down. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put bearings, the main bearings in, because we've got three components. So the case has been cut, the crankshaft has been polished, and we've got brand new bearings. So brand new bearings, crank's been polished, and the case has been cut. So we want to verify this time for sure to make sure that we've got the proper clearances. So we're going to go ahead and get these bearings loaded up, and then we'll get the crank in and we'll do some plastigauge. All right, we got our crankshaft in and cleaned all of our surfaces. We got our bearings in, and these are the idiot-proof bearings. So they have holes on both sides. You can't put them in wrong. And then one of the other things I checked, these were made in 2022. So when Glyco had their issues, right, they've gotten a bad name on Porsche bearings. It was in the early 2000s and when they went away from the tri-metal stuff. So these are the modern Glycos for these engines. So fantastic bearings. So now what we're going to do is we're going to spin back around over here, and we're going to put our plastigauge on there, and then we're going to use the case through bolts and torque those down to make sure that we have proper clearances. So I'll get all that done, and then we'll take a look at the clearances. We've got our bearing clearances, so we'll check them. And it looks like 051. So we need to be between 038 and 088. So we are right in the sweet spot in the middle. That one's a little tighter, but we're doing a 964 oil pump in this guy, so it will be no problem. On the IMS shaft, I just wanted to make sure we had enough clearance, and we've got plenty. You know, up here, this guy just barely touched, but that's pretty typical that those are loose. But the great news is that our mains are absolutely perfect, and they're all the same. So the fact that they're all the same is really good. So this little lady will make oil pressure, and the I did put in the IMS shaft only because with the case being cut, I wanted to double check and make sure that everything was good in there. But as far as our clearances, right, 051, 051. So these are just a mirror image of what's on the bearings on the other side of the case. So we are in really good shape with this little guy. I'm very happy to see that. So we're gonna get on with it, and we'll close out this video. But yeah, our crankcase inspection has gone well. So the next step will be clean everything and start that short block assembly. So stick around, check us out at BreitWerks.com. Come back to our channel, subscribe if you want to, and we're gonna get on with it. Have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching.